Good morning, friends. It's Saturday. That means it's time for the Saturday Psychic Sampler, where you ask specific questions and I give specific answers. We'll get to that in just a moment. For those of you who are watching an archive on YouTube, Facebook, or my webpage, thank you so much for being here. Obviously, I won't be able to answer your question, but if you listen, sometimes you hear something that fits your life as well. And there is some energy, some magic in this group psychic process where that's a real thing. So thank you for being here. People are starting to come into the room. I'm happy to see all of you. I don't have a lot of time today, so let's get right to it. Here's what I need from you. This is Saturday. It's my favorite live broadcast of the week, the Saturday Psychic Sampler. So what that means is you ask me a specific question. The more specific, the better. Ask me the question and I will do my very best to give you an equally specific answer. So happy to see all of you. Happy Valentine's Day weekend. It's also President's Day weekend. So, whatever you celebrate, here we are. And I see the questions starting to come in. Thank you so much. I will get to them in just a moment. I do want to remind you, first of all, that I am available for readings by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom. Feel free to reach out to me. I also want to remind you that pretty much right after this broadcast at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, I will be live on my YouTube channel, Christiana Gaudet, giving a free 1-hour tarot class called Love in the Cards. And so we're going to talk about, in honor of Valentine's Day, we're going to talk about how romantic relationships show up in the cards and how we deal with them. I think it'll be a very interesting class for anyone who reads cards for themselves or others. So please do join me there. Now, if you're really interested in this topic, and who wouldn't be, I am teaching a premium class, tarot reading for personalities and relationships. That's coming up this Thursday, February 18th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You need a ticket? You can get a ticket. You can get it right here in Facebook events. You can also get it by going to my website, tarotbychristiana.com, and going to the events. While you're there, you can sign up for my weekly newsletter, and you can even book an appointment. All right. Let us get going here. So happy to see all of you. Thanks for joining me. Okay, the first question I see, Veronica Nicole, will I find a roommate soon? And I'm actually, that's such a loaded thing because, you need a roommate, right, to help with the rent or whatever. But will it be a good roommate? Will it be a roommate from hell? Will it be a roommate that you can have a lifelong friendship with? A great roommate is a wonderful situation. A lousy roommate is hell on earth. So let's take a look at what we see about all of that. Honestly, here's what I think. I think you will find a decent enough roommate soon, but it will be someone who will only be there for a period of time. They'll be respectful, they'll be decent, but they won't be a close friend. And again, it will only be for a period of time. After that, there'll be another situation. Okay. Varnica, nice to see you. I want to know, when will my husband get a financially stabilizing job? Yeah, we need those, don't we? Let's take a look and see what we see. Honestly, you've really been through it. This has been a difficult run, and I am so sorry. Not soon enough, of course, but it is coming. It is coming, and neither of you should lose hope. It will happen. And when it happens, it's going to be a world of difference. I promise you, things are going to get so much better when this happens. When will it be? My guess is 5 weeks to 3 months is what we're looking at. All right, let's see. Helen Tomasino Rassinelli, nice to see you. Hope I pronounced your name correctly. How will Guy's surgery go? I think it's going to be okay. This feels like it's not necessarily an easy surgery, but I think it's a necessary surgery, and I think the results could be very good. There may be a period of recovery that will be somewhat significant. So it's not easy. It's regrettable that it has to happen, but I think it'll be okay. Hey, let's see. We've been here 6 minutes and we've already attracted our first troll. Please excuse me for just 1 second while I do a little troll hunting and get rid of said troll. There we go. Blocked. All right. Sorry for the interruption, folks. Okay, Cassia, nice to see you. I applied for 2 jobs. Amazon called, but Aldi is close to your home. Amazon or Aldi? And first of all, so good that you applied for new jobs. I think it's high time. I really agree. So when I look at this, Aldi being close to your home is good, but Amazon, I know Amazon's hard to work for, but it's also good too. I'm going to say, let's see, will you get the Aldi job? You are likely to get, both jobs. Should you take the Amazon job or should you wait? I'm going to say take the Amazon job. And then if the other job comes through, decide what to do then. You can always quit one and go to the other if you want. You might even end up working both. So I would say, what's that old expression? Bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Take the job you're offered right now. Teresa Iannuzzi, nice to see you. What do I need to know in regards to finding a home to move to so I have room for my daughter? You have been through a really stressful situation, and this is really part of it. So what you need to know is that it can and will happen. You have had so much misfortune recently. I think you start to believe that you are attracting the misfortune, or that everything will always be hard, and not everything will be. I really feel like you will find such a home within the next 6 to 8 weeks, and that will change everything and will start to bring a close to the old chapter and an opening to the new chapter. Okay, and for people just joining us, I want to remind you, this is the Saturday Psychic Sampler. I will get to as many people as I can in the time I have, and the rule is specific questions only. Give me a specific question, I'll give you a specific answer. Okay, Neil, nice to see you. Will my wife's invention get a patent? Oh, that is really interesting. She's a very creative person. It would not at all surprise me if she ended up with some really great invention. So, the question will be, when we look at getting a patent, the question is there anything like it with a patent already that would be considered similar? And that's going to be the thing. And it'll take some money to get all of this done. And I feel like what she might have to do is make some adjustments to it. They may find in the search that there is something a little similar. And so she may have to adjust it to make it different, a little more different. So it's a process, but she should go forward with it. Hey, Jesse Perkins, I'm happy to see you. Any love on the horizon? That's a great thing to ask on Valentine's Day weekend. Let's see what we got. Woo! Okay, so if you take my class coming up on YouTube in less than an hour, the first thing I'm going to say is love is completely unpredictable, and anyone who tells you otherwise is either stupid or lying. On the other hand, we do see things that can be helpful and things that can be encouraging. And it is very interesting to note, my dear Jessie, that the very first card I pulled, the 10 of Cups, is a card that would predict a happy relationship coming soon. So that's cool. But then, you pull other cards. Nine of Swords. We see some worry, some concern. And here's the thing, as I start pulling more cards, what comes up to me very, very clearly is the idea that you want a relationship, you deserve a relationship, you're a good person, but you also have a lot of worry and anxiety about it. You need to trust yourself. You need to trust yourself that you can attract a good one, but you also know you'll attract some bad ones because guess what? We all do. And you need to trust that you'll be able to know the difference and embrace a good one and send the bad ones on their way. And I know in the past that's been a difficult process for you, but you have learned and you have grown. And that's what you need to trust. And that's what will make the difference for the future. Okay. Are there negative spirits in my house? Sammy Joe, nice to see you. Negative? Not necessarily. Spirits? Heck yeah. And this would be a very good opportunity for you to sort of learn to work with them because you've been doing, I think, a lot of psychic study or that kind of thing, haven't you? Haven't you? And there's a lot there, and some of it may be connected to the house, and some of it may be connected to you yourself, but none of it feels like scary or malevolent. And so I feel like as long as you do the right protection work, that you could work on communicating with them and using this opportunity to your benefit. So yes and no would be the answer to that question. Spirits, yes. Negative, I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe misunderstood. Okay. Hang on a second here. I am just scrolling through. Sarah Madsen. Oh, looking forward to loving the cards all week. Great. We will see you there. Dominique, my friend, nice to see you. Is this partnership with my tiny house consultant going to go well and be profitable? How cool. I just think tiny houses are the best, man. So very cool. Okay. So there are some anxieties here, and you need to be very careful. Be careful about contracts, communication, all the things, right, that you have to be careful about. But you know what? I am excited about this, and I think it could go somewhere. The thing is, between the two of you, I think you're the one who is more likely to sort of cross the T's and dot the I's and check the laws and do all the things, all the logistical things that need to be done. You're more likely to do that. But you will also sort of trust someone else if they say, well, we don't need that, or, well, I'll do it, or whatever. Don't trust. I don't mean to say don't trust your partner, but, you've put your butt on the line before with other business partnerships where the other partner did not pull their weight and it ended up hurting you. Don't do that again. Partnership, yes. This, yes. But do it a little differently. You take a strong lead, and I think your outcome is more likely to be good then. Hey, Judy Walters, I have not seen you in a long time. I'm happy to see you. Am I working with the right teacher? Well, it depends. It depends. There are ways that working with this teacher could be extremely enlightening, but not always in the ways that you would expect, or even in the ways the teacher is intending. I think there are things here that are good and positive. However, I think it might be good to have more than one teacher, or to learn what you can from this person and then move on. Okay. Okay, Giselle, it's so nice to see you. So I'm gonna throw this one to you. This is the Saturday Psychic Sampler, where we look for very specific questions. I'm not sure your question qualifies as a specific question, but I have a feeling, just because I know you, I have a feeling you have a very specific thing in your mind. And you're not going to type it all out here, and I understand and I respect your privacy on that. So we're looking at, when you say we'll all be okay, you are speaking about, will this specific thing in your mind turn out okay? And I'm going to go ahead and do that because I have known you since your kids were little, and now you're a grandmother. And I don't have the honor of being a grandmother yet, but I've known you since my kids were little. So we're going to do this. Okay. And Giselle, you confirm. Yes. We know you've got this specific thing encapsulated in your mind. Will this thing work out okay? And the answer is, it is going to take some time, and it may not work out exactly the way you want right away. You need to be patient. You need to be smart and loving and willing to work with some difficult circumstances. But in the end, everything will be okay. Okay. Okay, Sonia, I have chosen my boyfriend and got rid of a past guy. Will me and my boyfriend have a good life and new beginnings now? I think in terms of getting rid of the past guy, I mean, there were reasons to do that, and that's good. I think obviously there's a connection with the new boyfriend, and that's good, and you can enjoy that. But I think it is way, way too soon to look at a long-term future with this person. And I think that, when you look at sort of the boyfriend relationship, you really are sort of looking for a boyfriend who will become your life partner. And that's fine. I mean, I think that is sort of the purpose of dating for a lot of people. But you can't go from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. There has to be that period of time where, you get to know each other, where you learn about each other, and where you figure out if you're good for right now. And for right now, it's the difference between Mr. Right and Mr. Right Now. And then once you figure out, okay, are we good for right now? Then you can figure out, are we good for the long run? And with this one, I think you can enjoy each other, and I think it is a valuable, excuse me, I think it's a valuable exploration. I do have the feeling, and I say this to a lot of people, and I'm going to say it to you. I think it's true for everybody, really. When you are evaluating a person for the potential of long-term relationship, you have to look at the worst they can be. You already know the best they can be, or you wouldn't be doing this. But you have to look at the worst they can be to decide if this is something you can live with in the long term. And we all have a worst side, right? None of us is perfect. If we waited for the perfect partner, we would be single forever. This particular person, there is a lot here that is good, and this person really cares about you. But there are some specific issues that you're going to need to become aware of and decide if you can deal with them. And that will be the question in the long run. So that's what you need to look for. Okay. Anita Lovett, my friend, it's nice to see you. What does the universe want me to know right now about love in my life? So I feel like this has been a part of your life that has been difficult over time. You have love in the sense that you have so much love in your heart. You have love for what you do. You have love for the people around you. But in terms of romance, I feel like that's been very difficult. And yet I see something, and I don't know if that's something right now or something coming down the pike. But whatever that is, it's not too late. Whether it's about a renewed connection with someone who's already there or someone new, I'm not sure. But one way or the other, yes, you already have a lot of love in your life, but when we're talking specifically about romantic love, the cards seem very favorable toward that as we move forward. Okay, Hal, I've had an off and on relationship with someone and I finally ended it. Will she try to contact me again or does she know it's really over this time? Let's take a look. Okay, so my guess is, and this has been an intense thing, and man, you're going to really need some time to heal from all of this. The cumulative effect on you has been difficult here, certainly. I think you're right to end it, and I think it's a hard relationship because there were times where it gave both of you just enough hope to keep it going. And my guess is, based on what I see in the cards and what I feel, because of the back and forth nature of it so far, she's going to assume that there would be an opportunity for more, right? And so you may have to gently but firmly help her to understand the door is closed. And additionally, you may also have to be very careful in your own heart because although your resolve is strong now and is appropriate, there will be other moments where your resolve may not be as strong. So you'll need to be careful. Okay, Lynn Marie and Kelly Catapano, both of you give me a specific question and I will do my best in the time I have to give you a specific answer. Okay. Oh, and Lynn Marie, you did. Very good. Thank you. Do I feel you will be moving soon? Yes. Soon is an interesting question, though. What do we mean by soon? I don't think it's within the next 2 months. I think it's a little longer than that. But I do think it's coming and I do think it's the right thing. Hey, Michelle Welsh, so nice to see you. Kristen Davis, how can I best help my mom get through the challenging week of medical appointments and processing lots of hard information? Man, I'm so sorry. And that means you're going through this too. I mean, not only are you helping her, but you got to help yourself because this is not easy for you either, is it? So let's take a look. How can you be there for her? Honestly, help her through the logistics. Just be really strong and be a rock through the logistical stuff. And this is going to sound funny, but try to make it as fun as possible. If you can, it's hard because it's a pandemic. I'm like, well, if you can stop for something to eat in between or whatever. But, depending on, it's hard to, so try to figure it out pandemic wise. But I feel like you can really make the difference and you can make this week go a lot easier and a lot better for her just by being there and being that on the spot person, asking the questions, getting there on time, keeping the schedule, bringing the snack, and just trying to make it fun. Even like, I'll share a quick personal story. When my mom was in the hospital dying of cancer, we laughed a lot. We spent a lot of time just sort of, we couldn't do anything about it. And hopefully your situation is not that dire. But, whatever the unfortunate situation is, if you can find a way to bring laughter, to bring joy and merriment into it, that's helpful. It's really, really, really helpful. Now, for you, how you hold space for yourself during all of this. I feel like what you're kind of doing right now is sort of girding your loins for the battle and recognizing that later on you will have time to be able to process that for yourself, whatever's going on for yourself. And as long as you take that time when you need it, I think that's good. I think that'll work. Okay, Maria, will my boyfriend propose to me this weekend? So, man, I don't want to blow the surprise, if that is his plan, we don't want to, I don't want to blow it, but let's take a look and just sort of see in general what we see about you and your boyfriend. I know how much he cares about you. But I would also say be careful about your expectations. I do feel like the two of you could have a good future together. But I also feel like he's got a lot going on in his life. And he's straightening out a lot. So if he gets it together for the proposal this weekend, that will be really admirable. And if he doesn't, don't worry, he will get it together. Robin Perkins, why do I feel so empty inside? Oh, I'm sorry. Honestly, I think it's a spiritual thing. I feel like maybe some things that you believed in the past have not stood the test of time for you. I feel like you need to really figure out what is true about yourself, what is true about your spiritual beliefs. How do you connect with something greater than yourself, whatever that may be? Whether that is, from a secular humanist perspective, connecting to the best in what it is to be human, whether that's connecting to nature, whether that's connecting to a higher power. I feel like it is a spiritual thing. And one way or the other, it doesn't matter, what you believe or whether you want to go to church or whether you want to dance naked in the moonlight or whether you just want to sort of dive into yourself and find your creativity. Doesn't matter, but you got to do, one of the above or something like it. Okay. Hey, thank you for the feedback, everyone, especially you, Jesse Perkins. Good feedback. Hey, Kathy Lombard. Will the renovation I'm starting work out or am I over my head? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's going to take time. You're going to have to be patient, but I think it's going to be great. Try to enjoy the process. Try to enjoy the process. And Judy Walters is volunteering for Dancing Naked in the Moonlight, man. I think you and I maybe have done that on one or two occasions, perhaps, and perhaps will in the future. Friends, that is all the time I have. If I didn't get to you, I do apologize. I will be back Monday, 9:30 a.m. with your 3-card weekly reading. I will be hopping on over to my Facebook channel in just half an hour. No, to my YouTube channel. Got to keep the social media straight. I'll be hopping over to my YouTube channel in just half an hour, 10:30, for a class, Love in the Cards. Please join me there. And make sure you get a ticket for the class, Tarot Readings for Personalities and Relationships, coming up February 18th. That's this Thursday, 7 p.m. Go to my website, tarotbychristiana.com. Go to the events for the tickets. Go to the newsletter to get my weekly newsletter. And you can hit the link to schedule your appointment for a reading with me by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, or Zoom. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Whatever your love life situation is, we can all celebrate love. We all love someone, something. We all have love in our hearts. And love, my friends, the fact that love exists is the surest proof that there is something in the world, something in the universe greater than ourselves. And when we love, we become part of that. So let's do that. Thanks so much.